Hello everyone, welcome back to another vlog. Today is exciting because it's beef day. This is the day where we restock our beef for the entire year. So my husband is out picking that up right now. I am working on dinner because we have dinner guests tonight. So we're just trying to get it all done. So yeah, I am excited for him to get back and I'm excited to show you all what we got. We did try a different farm for our beef this time. So very, very excited about that. All right, so if you have been wondering what a half beef looks like, this is a half beef. A little bit of it spilled. That's okay. We'll pick it all up in a minute. This is 390 pounds of beef. So this is just the back seat of our Traverse folded down. And a lot of people prefer to take coolers, but honestly, we just don't have a cooler or multiple coolers that could accommodate this. You know, it's just much more complicated with a cooler. So assuming that it's not super, super hot, we have always just done it in bags and it's usually fine. I remember the first time I went to get meat, a mom and her son pulled up and they had these awesome coolers and I felt so silly with my bags, but you know what? It gets it done. And so if this is what you have, this is what you have. Okay, I am back and I'm gonna show you everything that we got in just a moment. We did switch farms because we really like the way that the farm that does our pork raises their meat, and so we switched our beef over to that farm as well. So we went through a farm called Longstone Farm. They are up north from us quite a ways actually. It's always a little bit of a road trip, but it's a beautiful drive. And I can link their website down below if you are local, but in their about, they state that their products are non-GMO and they use rotational grazing, multi-species grazing, cover cropping, low tillage planting, all these things that I really love and would love to see more farms do. So it's really great to support them. And they state that they farm without harmful pesticides, insecticides, and herbicides. When I'm shopping for farms to get our beef from, I actually rarely see that statement. So I don't know how common or rare that actually is in practice, but it's really nice to see that laid out there and to know that we are supporting a farmer that cares about that sort of stuff. So here is our completed beef freezer. We did eat some of this already, but not that much, so it's still pretty accurate. One thing we did not get this time is a whole lot of fat. So if you are trying to gauge how much freezer space you need for a half beef, our last cow or beef, whatever you call it, it did have a whole lot of fat that took up that bottom shelf. So you know, whatever was there was like right here, and it did basically fill the whole freezer. So it just depends how big your beef is and what cuts you get, that sort of thing, as to how much space it's going to take up. I did try to take inventory as I went. I don't think I got an inventory sheet unless it just somehow got lost in the process, but I kind of tried to create my own, so it might be a little bit off. Hopefully it's close to the right thing. We had 122 pounds of ground beef, which was something that we intentionally tried to get this cow cut so that we had more ground beef, because we've noticed that we run out of ground beef very quickly. So this is all of our ground beef. We had 25 pounds of cubed beef, which is right in here. We had 20 pounds of patties, and we got 9 packs of shaved beef or chipped steak. There's different names for it. Now these two things, I just want to mention, if you're new to this process, these two things were not on the cut sheet originally, and it's always worth talking to your farmer just to see if they are selections that you can opt for. Usually the butcher does have a lot of the options that you might want, but you just might have to pay a little bit extra in your processing costs. So I would definitely ask before you write a certain farm off if there's certain things that you want on your cut sheet. We also have a brisket hiding up here somewhere. We've got 1 big flank steak, 1 rib roast, 1 skirt steak. I think some of this is down here. We had 4 chuck roasts. We cut this a little bit differently this time. We got boneless, just because sometimes I'm in a rush and I stick them in the crock pot frozen, and the bone, it was too long to push all the way down in the crock pot. So really customizing things here for our family's use. There were also a lot of steaks. We got 6 top sirloin. Let's see, where are our steaks? They're all kind of up here in these baskets. I like to separate my steaks into baskets. So we have 6 top sirloin, 16 New York strips, 7 ribeyes, 2 big flat irons, 6 sirloin tip, and 6 fillets. The counts on that really might be a little bit off, but I think that's close. And then we also got 9 packs of liver and 1 pack of beef bones, which I will make the broth out of beef bones. And then the liver, I think we're gonna try to freeze dry it. We are hopefully getting a freeze dryer by the end of summer. We're gonna try to freeze dry it. My husband mentioned wanting to grind it into his own capsules. I think that sounds like a lot of work. But we also might just turn it into dog treats. So we'll see. I'm sure we'll put it to use somehow. And that is everything. This here is tallow. Let's see, tallow up to this point, and then this is lard from our last round of meat purchases. So I was very happy this could all stay in the freezer. And that's just a big old box of broccoli from Azure Standard that we are slowly eating through. But yeah, so this is just a big upright freezer, and that fit our whole half beef. These lights are very not great for filming, but that's what we've got. So anyway, I do want to mention the cost breakdown just a little bit, just in case you are thinking about shopping this way. And before I get into the numbers, I do want to mention that your price is definitely going to depend on what you are looking for. I know there are some states where there's like big cattle feedlots and you can go buy a half beef for like $2 on the pound. I mean, it just depends on the quality of meat you're trying to source and your region for what the price is going to be. So that being said, our cow hung at 375 pounds, and our total price that we paid after all was said and done was $23.91. So we did put a $500 deposit down, and then let's see, 515 of that price was processing, and our processing was probably a little bit higher because we did have those patties made and we did have the shaved beef in there as well. The final math is a little bit difficult. I haven't actually added up our total pounds of meat received, but to us it is very worth it because we are putting good food in our bodies. We have food security. We've got this big old freezer of beef, and we are supporting a farm that does things that we want to see more of in the world. So shopping like this is something that we had to work towards, and it's something that we really value doing. Thank you all so much for joining. On this night, we had Sloppy Joes for dinner, and I will put the recipe down below for you all.